So I'm going to try it this way now to see if that changes anything. Because, well, I'm not sure if the other microphone that I'm using is causing problems. So I'm going to switch to the other microphone and see if that echo is back. So here's the other microphone. Guess it seems to be okay right now, but probably a little bit too soft. So I'm going to try and boost the sound quality again. I'll see if the echo is back now. Apparently not, so guess in a way that sort of fixed it, I hope. Anyways, so, well, sorry. Took a little while. I had some technical issues. But, well, as I'm just going to start now, I guess. So this is the model that I'm working on currently. And right now I want to try and add some more shape keys to change the shapes of her eyes, her mouth, and to check a shape key on her nose. So I'm going to start with her eyes because, well, I want to have the option for a monolid eye. Because, well, I think that if I have some more options for the face, that it will be nice to have some variations and choice for the characters. So going to make another shape key and going to call it I monolid. Put it on 1. Oh yeah, let me try and put on screencast keys. See if they work. Oh. Yeah, they are working. So I'm just going to try and slowly move points forward. To try and create more of a monolid eye effect. I'm just going to, well, work on this as I go along. Just see if I can make it work and what will work best and not. So you can press GG for what is it called? For sliding. Because I'm hoping that will smooth out that transition over there. It's already starting to take form a little bit. Mm. Mm. Just moving points to try and get it nice and smooth transition. I mean, not entirely sure if this is really accurate or anything, but well, I'm just trying something. But it's of course a bit hard to see if it's actually getting the effect that I want, but well, I'm trying. I do have, well, it's not really references, but I have some Asian eyes open. Let me see. I think it's this one. So that you can see a bit the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. Yeah. So it's more like it's sort of straight. I'm now trying to rotate this image, but yeah, it's like this. I'm trying to make this a little bit. Not very good at it. Hi, glad you could make it. Sorry for the technical issues when I started. I'm not really working on the lashes at the moment. I'm working on the eyelids, trying to make a different shape for them. If you have any questions about what I'm doing or this model or anything, I'll try and answer them as best as I can while I'm trying to work on this. In the reference, it looked a little bit as if, how would you say that? She didn't have, crease like this. As if it was more like straight, literally. Yes, this is a model that I made myself. I used the Royal Skies model as a base for it, and then I've just modified it and added to it. And now I'm getting very fidgety with all the with vertices. Oh. Hmm. I mean, there might be easier ways of doing this, but I like to have the controls by moving the vertices one by one. Gives me an idea that I have better control over what is going on. No, I don't have to do exactly the same thing on the other eye because the model is mirrored and I've got a mirror topology on the x-axis. So everything I do on this eye automatically gets done on the other one as well. Normally when you make a new model, you usually have only half a model and then you have the other half as a mirror modifier. But since I'm using shape keys and, well, I've got about 100 shape keys on this model already, I cannot just chop it in half and do it like that. So it might be a little more fidgety this way, but, well, in the end I think it's going to be more time for me if I'd had to redo all of the shape keys that I already have. I think we are starting to get there. Still see a slight crease right here. Going to see if I can find out why. Maybe if I smoothen these out just a little bit more. So yeah, that's why you basically always want to have a mirrored mesh. One that is also perfectly mirrored. But there are also ways to re-establish a mirror if you have, well, if some of the vertices aren't aligned anymore. Because if I go in this view now, you can see that they are all aligned. I mean, if I would turn off the X mirror, you can see that there's another vertices from the other side right there. So I'm gonna do that. Oh. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. Well, there's also a lot of things that I don't really understand, but I'm just trying and figuring things out as I go. Maybe if I make this. Well, that does sort of seem to do something. I do like working with shape keys. That's, well, it's not really strange that I have like 100 of them on this model. And some people, they find it difficult to work with shape keys, but once you know how they work, that can be really fun and really handy to use. Well, a shape key is like a copy of your mesh that only has a specific vertices that are placed differently. I mean, let's see if I move this one up. And you can see here that this is the base shape key. So this is the mesh as it is. And every shape key you make, you just change, well, every vertex that you want, and it will change that, but the topology of the mesh remains the same. So then you can use the slider here to activate this shape key, which is very handy if you want to make nice deformations with armatures and stuff. So if you have well, a model that has a rig, and you want to make well, adjustments for the bends to make it look better, you can use shape keys for that, which is also what I'm going to be working on later, but I don't know if I will get to that today. First I want to try and get these shape keys, and after this then I'm going to work on the facial rig and also use shape keys for that, because, well, I think it's better to use shape keys for the facial rig, because the, well, weight painting and stuff only gets you so far, and I'm not, well, I don't really like how it looks, and using shape keys is, well, it is more work, but it's also, in a lot of ways, you can well, you can adjust it manually a lot better. Yeah, well, I can sort of quickly show you here, because this is the model, and I've made shape keys with the deformation armature, which is this one. And if I, for instance, want to turn her into a male, then I can just do this. Or oh, or the other way. And I'm still using the exact same mesh, but I've changed how it looked just by using a shape key. So I can also give her other forms here. And like this, or like that. And I have some muscles here and some abs. And like this I can, let me see, I can make her pregnant if I wanted to. And same goes with the eyes here. I can tilt the eyes and I can make them square or more round, or even tilt them the other way around a little bit. And in this way I can, well, I can combine it, and I can make a lot of different shapes in this one model. Yes, this is all the stuff I added on my own, because I really wanted to try and make well, a model that does all these things, so that you can, well, sort of make a huge variety of different faces and characters with just one model. Oh. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to really succeed in this, but I'm exploring how far I can go with this. And so eventually I will also hook up the shape key that we're making now for the monolith to this to that deformation armature, so that with one of those arrows you can choose if you want the monolids or if you want the normal eyelids. Yeah, it's indeed a fully customizable model. I've not seen anyone else do this, so I'm kind of wondering if there is a reason for it. But yeah, I will just, I will keep on trying, and I will just see how far I can get along with this one, with this model, with a model like this. And then I will just, I will see how far I can get it, and when it works and when it doesn't. But yeah, there are some obvious downsides to this as well, because, well, I can try as I want, but you still see the crease here. So that will maybe be some endless tweaking if I wanted to try and remove that. So I'm not even sure if I want to or if I really can. So I think that for now I'm going to move on to the next shape key that I wanted to do. Of course, save your work, which is always nice and handy. So the second shape key I wanted to add was like another lip shape. Well, how will I call this one? It's like what you mostly see with African American people, is that they have these gorgeous, like, fuller lips, and I want to have that lip shape here as well. Oh. So I'm going to, to try and make that one. I will also pop it up right here. Well, give the monolids, turn the monolids off. Oh yeah. So what I see with those lips is that this one curves in like this, and those lips are more curving out like that. Yeah, I do think it is a lot of fun to just experiment and to just see what you can do and make. Mm. Mm. Well, I guess if you want to make more of round lips, they will naturally get fuller as well. So that's why you always see those beautiful full lips on the Afro-American people. Well, I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them have it, and it's, well, I think it's very pretty. Yeah, well, the WoW models aren't very detailed, and I've seen some people make amazing art with them, but I personally never really liked them all that much. So I always try to do something with them, and that they never quite turned out the way I wanted it. I wanted the model to look like. So, well, I very quickly started to change and add World of Warcraft model that I was using at that point. Oh. Mm. So it's a little bit, I guess it's very subtle at the moment. Mm. Oh. Mm. Yeah, well, they do say that if you have a model that has good clean topology and things like that, that it is easier to work with. And well, good topology also means, of course, that you have the right edge loops and things connected with each other. And if you have that, well then. But well, there is of course a difference between topology that is good and well for games and that is good and well for other things, which is something that I'm not an expert in at the moment. I will, well, have to look in eventually. Um, well, I'm not sure. What I've heard is that it's very difficult. The making a humanoid model is the most advanced thing that you can do when it comes to gaming or when it comes to modeling. And yet that was the literal first thing that I ever did. Actually, the first ever model I made was a human model. Well, it was horrible actually, but I was, well, guess stubborn. So yeah, there are also courses, of course, for making models. Mm. Yeah, well, it is fun. Well, at least I think it's fun. I'm currently looking into a course myself to make a model that starts with sculpting, because that's usually how you see them do it. They sculpt a model which is very detailed, and then they will make a second model on top of it with topology that kind of looks like this, and then they bake the normals, because this character doesn't have normals as such, so it lacks that detail. which is, well, I guess on my to-do list eventually. Oh, eventually I also want to make normals for her, but I'm kind of working at it the other way around. So I first made this model, and then I'm going to use this one to make a more detailed version, and then I'm going to use that one as a normal map. Mm. Well, it's when you have a model that is a lot more detailed than this one, and you bake it onto a less detailed model, and then you can fake the details. It's like if you, well, these ears, which is a separate model at the moment, they are quite detailed actually. But I could make simpler ears, and then I could basically fake all of these details that you see in here by making a normal map from it. And the normal maps then basically tell the light to bend in a certain way so that it casts these shadows, while the actual model doesn't have the topology. I'm sorry, well, it's a difficult concept to explain, because the best way to know what it is about is to see it. But, well, I don't have normal maps on this character at all. And I, well, actually, yeah, I only have them for the hair. Hmm. Yeah, it is. It's like in WoW models, you often see that they have that the details they are painted, but when you have details painted in the mesh, in the skin, or in the clothes, it doesn't react to light. It's like these things here, like they are fake highlights. It's just a texture and this. But if you have a normal map, then, well, then it will actually react to light. Yep, exactly. This is flat. While if you add a normal map to it, then it's not flat. I mean, you can see it a little bit in the hairs. This hair texture, it does have a normal map. Let me see if I can. Oh, this is the armature. I mean, you have the hair like this, and you can see, if you look closely, it looks as if it's all individual strands, but it's not. These are fairly detailed, but they are still flat hair cards. But this hair mesh, it has a normal map. Well, actually, this thing here, this purple thing, is a normal map. And this normal map, it fakes it fakes details onto the mesh that aren't actually there, which is why you get this nice shine on the hairs. That's due to a normal map. That makes it look like these are all individual strands. No, it's not a mesh. But you can see it. You can see these are all just, well, there are strips in essentially. And then these strips have this texture that looks like it's hairs. Well, yes, it is. Well, actually, I had particle hair for this character. Well, not this hairstyle, but the hairstyle she had before. And I'm mostly, when I'm rendering out something, I try and use cycles. But, well, if I have too many particle systems in the scene, like if I have her hair and I had another character with particle hair and they had like a Christmas hat with fur on it, and Cycles was like, yeah, no, you can't use the new fast render method because I don't have enough memory for all your particle systems. But with this hair, because it's not a particle system, it's not particle hair, it's like, oh yeah, sure, let's make a render in 1 minute. While if I couldn't use the new fast render option, I would have a render for 20 minutes or so, maybe 5 if I'm lucky. But so yeah, thank you. I really like the hair cards. Yeah, it's you have with Cycles, you have the new Cycles X options. And well, I have an Nvidia card, so so I can use the OptiX version, and that one is like 10 times faster at least than the CUDA version. So it really saves a lot of time. Yeah, you can check it if you have. Let's see, if you go to your systems, you have CUDA and you have OptiX, and the OptiX is specifically for Nvidia cards, and it renders much faster, but it only renders so fast if you do not run out of memory while it's loading. And if you do, then well, then you can render with CUDA, but CUDA is not as fast as OptiX is. So I always try OptiX, and well, if that doesn't work, then I go back to CUDA, but will mostly end up having to render overnight or something. It will just literally lock my PC for hours if I'm having a complex scene. So yeah, I'm just trying to get this lip shape to work, but well, I'm still just trying stuff. All right. Well, thank you for coming. It's nice, and I hope to see you again another time. I will be trying to stream every week on Monday evening. So, but yeah, thanks for coming. Mm. All right. Thank you. So yeah, I think the shape is starting to come along a little bit. Maybe still need to make it rounder. Let's see. It's well, these were the monolids, and here you have the oh, right. You know the beautiful full lips of these Afro-American people, which I think is very pretty. So that's what I'm trying to make a shape key for. So, and apparently I've been not using my Blender scene for that the entire time, but okay. Well, you know, this is my first stream, so I'm still learning. All right, so let's see if I can tweak this a little bit more. So I'm using proportional editing at the moment. To just tuck out the lips here and there, because well, these Afro-American people, they have these beautiful, beautiful full lips. Mm. So they basically say, you know, look at your model from all angles. And then I will switch between object mode and edit mode so that I can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Or I'll try and see what it looks like a little bit more. I'm just going to pull this one back. And this one as well. Oh, just slightly. So that she still has a little bit more of a Cupid's spill there. But yeah. So you can see these fuller lips. Maybe I can pull this one out more. And this one. And this slightly. And then this one a little bit. It's drying. seeing what effect that will give. And then I will try these and these. Going to try and make these a little more oh. I guess this one needs to come out more. Maybe this one as well. And this one. Going to slightly pull this one down and take these, slightly pull that up. Make it a bit more round. So I'm going to try out something. Not sure how it will look, but not sure if I will like it or not. But you know, I've seen these. Oh. I've seen these well, these Afro-American actors, they really have this shape, but they also have fuller lips, so I'm going to make it fuller here. Maybe that will sort of balance it out a little bit more. Maybe pull these up as well. Yeah, this is looking more like what I was imagining. I mean, I can exaggerate it a bit because it is a shape key after all. Turning on proportional editing again to make it a little bit easier. I'm turning it off again to adjust this. So well, this looks nice, I think. Yeah. So I'm also going to try and exaggerate the bottom even more. Try and, well, even it out a bit more. Just going to undo these last ones. Save your work, always a good idea. Back to proportional editing. Going to, puff up these lips by like a lot, so that they have a nice round curve, matching the the upper lips as well. Let me see. I do think this is a nice shape, maybe a little bit more rounder here. So this. So yeah, so I think I'll leave her with this, and then I wanted to see about the nose shape key that I already had. This one, nose white. So I'm going for my deformation armature. Control tab to go into pose mode, and then I'm going to make the nose white. Control tab to go out of pose mode. I'm going to hide this one again. Going back to the model. Now you can see that the nose is also tilted. So I'm going to uncheck this one. And you can see that the nose is wider now. But I wanted to work on this shape key a little bit, because, well, I think I mostly just made it literally wider, but maybe want to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going back to the screen capture. Let's see. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a little bit fuller nose, and it's not just about having like wider nostrils, but it's also about having a little bit bigger nostrils. So yeah, that's what I want to try and adjust this, just the model, so that it looks a little bit more like that, not like I just stretched it in the X direction. So, because, well, it kind of looks like that is exactly what I sort of did here when I originally made the shape key. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that's, well, it doesn't look very nice. And, making it a bit rounder, trying to at least, it's like, you know, a little bit more of a, a button nose, I guess. So I did just, yeah, I'm going to try and move these a little bit to try and get a better shape. Oh, not a forehead. Let me see about this. This one moving back. Hmm. Going to try and make it a little bit more rounded off here, because it seemed to be pretty flat actually. So you know, you have maybe a little bit more of well, an Afro-American beauty look. This character with these two shape keys. Well, I'm not sure if I liked it. I like this better. It looked a little bit more like, well, you know, like that button nose. I guess I like a button nose. So, going to the deformation armature again. Yeah, I'm using Alt R and Alt G to reset the rotation and location. So this one should only trigger the nose to be, you know, bigger or smaller. I'm not, this is also a shape key, but just, you know, in the negative. So every changes I made to the wider one will be calculated, but in the opposite direction. So that's why you get this really pointy nose. Oh, and that was the armature. So if I then move these back a little bit more, you get a little bit more roundness here. So I'm trying to make an armature that is driven with shape, well, and not an armature, a model that is driven with shape keys like this, and you use negative shape keys, it is, well, you have to be very careful. But yeah, I do think this is more what I wanted. Of course, my character Soraya isn't, you know, she is very well, fair skinned, a little bit on the pink side, I guess. I've had characters with paler skin, but I've chosen for her to be a little more, well, with the orangey pink tone, because I did find it look better with her hair. So right now she looks a little bit well, this is obviously not Soraya at this moment because it's not got her facial shapes and things. Get out of pose mode. Hide this one again. Let's see, it's the body deformations. Oh yeah, I've got, yeah, still had the armature selected somehow. Oh yeah, the nose tilt is another, oh, that's kind of cute. You know, if you have a very tilted nose character. Well, I'm just going to see if I can rename these first to the naming convention I was using. F underscore because it's for the face, and this one as well, F underscore because this was for the face. I'm going to just manually move them to where the facial shape keys are. And try to order them in like top down. So here we have the lips. So we have lip shape, and then we will have lips Afro-American. I'm going to remove the underscore there. So I'm going to do the same for the eye shape. So I'm going to move it down for where I've got the shape keys for the eye shapes. Oh, those are here. Let's see. We'll place them above the tilted eyes and remove that one. All right. Save your project. So I have this deformation armature, which basically is just a bunch of bones that I've made, you know, custom shapes for. But now if I want to use one of these bones to drive the monolids. Let's see, because I have this one. Come on, yeah. I have this one, and it's already for the squared shape and the round shape. And if you move it up, it will tilt the eyes upwards. If you move it down, it will slightly tilt it downwards. So what I could do is, say if I move it forwards, that it will then give monolids. Yeah, let's do that. So going to here, let's see. Apparently I've got them all locked. Oh, that's the rotation, right? See, I've got the Z-axis, I had it locked, so you couldn't move it in the Z direction, but obviously that's what we want now. We want to move it in the Z direction. which is also what we need for the driver. And I guess I do not have an arrow shape with one that is also pointing forward, so I will have to make that one. But let's first just try and make the driver work. So it was in the C direction. So we're going back here. We're right clicking and then add driver. Let's see if I still know how this works. Object, that is the body deformation, bone. Yeah. All right. Yeah, well, let's not bash on random buttons. Let's see. The bone. Which bone is this? Yeah. Eyes shape. All right. Let's get back here. Edit driver. Eyes shape. See location. Local space. Or plus, yeah. Let me just see. I have 4 times 4 here, so I'll just also make this 4 times 4 to see if that works. Going into side view to test it out. Oh, and the shape key is being triggered. So another thing that I then do with these bones is I limit the location. Let's see. So 0, obviously. And this one I think is 0.25 because, you know, 0.25 because 0.25 times 4 is 1. So if I now put this one, you see that the bone stops in this position. So I can only drag it like this to activate the shape key. So save your work. So that is the one shape key. Remind me to make an arrow pointing forward. You know what? Let's do that, because otherwise I will forget. Strong joints. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, no, they aren't in the bone shapes. They are here in the sliders folder. All right, so here we have all the arrows. Still in pose mode, obviously. So need to find, I guess it's this one. Yeah. Shift D to duplicate it, and then turn on X-ray. I'm going to delete all of these vertices. And then, well, actually it's a wireframe, so it doesn't really matter. Let me see. This is slider 002, apparently. Okay, well, slider 002. So I'm going to turn off X-ray again. Going to the eye shapes, bones, post mode. Armature. Let's see. Oh, right. Select it. That helps, probably. Okay, so now I can't find it anymore. Viewport display. Ah, right. So currently it's on slider. Oh, okay. So the slider is it is rotated differently. Let me see. Guess I would have to rotate it upwards by 90 degrees. So I'm going out of here. I'm going with this one, edit. Rotate 90. Oh, yeah. Global meridian points, I think. Rotate 90. Okay, and then we'll just manually move it here. So let's see if that's did the trick. Yes, it did. Great. All right, save your work. I'm going to hide these again. Check if it's working still. So this one is still working. And then we can also move it. And then we have the monolids. All right, so that one's done. And now for the lip shape. So currently I have this one for the Cupid's bow. And here you have a more heart-shaped lip, I guess. And this one is, well, more reversed heart-shaped lip. It's like sort of fuller lip, but not really. It's in case someone likes that lip shape. And this one, by the way, is for, you know, making the lips fuller or making them a little bit wider or a little bit more narrow, which doesn't seem to work well with the current shape, but yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the same here as that I did with the other one, because, well, that seems to be my best option. So this one is called lip shape. It was again in the C direction. So going back here, scrolling down to the Afro-American lips, right click, add driver, the body deformations. This was the lips shape, Z location, local space, and we will just, you know, do the same as we did before, 4 times 4. You immediately see that the lip shape is cancelled because the Z direction of this bone is a 0. So if I move it up forward now, it will trigger the lip shape. Same as with the other one. We'll limit location 0.25 because this was forwards. And then we will go for slider 0.2. Nice. So, you know, theoretically you could well, I mean, they don't all play nice together, but well, like I say, it's difficult to get such a thing working 100% accurate. But you know, I'm happy with the results at the moment. So you know, if we wanted to, we could have more. Well, in this case, a more Afro-American looking model, because well, I do have some ideas for those types of models as well. All right. Well, so let's try and work a little bit on the, well, the facial expressions. So this is the deformation armature, or yeah, not the body deformation, but you know, the rig to position her. And let's see, on this layer I have the facial rig that I have at the moment. So it's got some features like the, you know, the eyes rotating. There's something going on here. Guess I will have to check that, because it looks like her forehead is moving with the eyelids. So these are the other deformations. Let's see where I've got those. Ah, here. So what you see right here is that her under eye up shape key is activated. It's at 1. So if I go here, then you can see that it's you know, this is the one side and this is the other side. But for some reason, well, apparently, yeah, see? So if I take either of these shape keys, you can see that the forehead is deformed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this entire area actually, just to make sure that I've got them all. Maybe also these and these. so. And I'm going to go vertex, blend from shape, basis, add. That will reset the shape back to what it was. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Vertex, blend from shape. Yeah, add, I think. Well, there's something very strange going on here. I'll have to check that. Yeah, see, I did something wrong. Yeah, all right, so it wasn't add after all. Oh, yeah, so let's try that again. Not to mesh, vertex, blend from shape. Oh, oops. And we go again. So here we go. And this should be it. So, you know, when you have these, yeah, great. So, you know, saved my model, of course. Okay. Now, where were we? So it's got some nice features that I've created, like this. This is the eye tracker. And as you can see, her eyelids are also moving with the eye tracker. But you can also, you know, move them separately if you want her to do funny things with her eyes. Also this one here, I believe it was scale. Oh no, because I didn't want it to have scales. Yes. You know, moving her pupils. But yeah, main problem I am having at the moment is that if I want to do her face, like I want to have her smile, for instance, and it looks like this, but her lips aren't curled, and if I want to adjust it, then I'll have to go and manually, you know, adjust this and then adjust this, and maybe I want this a little bit lower and this a little bit wider, and it, you know, it works. It does. Maybe this is supposed to be a little bit like here, but it also looks kind of, well, yeah, I'm not sure if it looks natural, and you know, I've tried to make it so that it moves with these controllers, but yeah, it's just very fidgety, and I don't really like it. And because what you can also do is you can also like go like this, you know, and it's not nice. So yeah, it sort of works, and you can do a lot with it. You can make a lot with it, but it's all, you know, well, adjust everything manually and make them all go back. And I just think that at the end of the day, it's easier and faster if I had specific shapes, just shape keys driving these shapes, and that if I had this one or well, probably another bone, and that I could just move it around and that it would automatically take the shape that I want without having the problem of, it going through her teeth and stuff like that. Same problem I am having here with the eyebrows. The eyebrow texture is too high at the moment because I was redoing the texture and it did not quite turn out the way I wanted. So the eyebrows actually supposed to be, well, right on top of these, but they aren't. So it's something I'm going to fix eventually. I can move these up and I can move them out and in, and you can do all sorts of things with them. And you can also adjust these or these, and it works. And you can make you can make shapes, but at the same time it deforms the mesh like this, and then you have to go and try and adjust it, and now her skull looks strange. So that's why I also rather have shape keys to drive these, because I think that will be easier. But I will, on top of the shape keys, I will just leave these. These, by the way, are just no weight painting on the bones. So, oh wait, if you yeah, you actually click these and then shift click, and then go to weight paint. You can, you can select the bones, and then you can see the weight painting. And well, so that's what it is. And that's how I've made her facial expressions at the moment. Well, these not these are shape keys again. This is a shape key. But I just think it's easier in the long run to make facial expressions with shape keys. So yeah, guess I like shape keys. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to try and do now, is starting with the eyebrows. I'm going to do a couple of shapes, I guess. Well, I'm not sure what shapes we all need. Well, I all need. So I guess I'm going to start with shapes for letting her brows go up. Probably, yeah, letting her brows go up, and see if I use that in the negatives, if it deforms nicely, to let it go down, and probably in and out, maybe. Well, maybe not out, but in. If someone is frowning, usually the eyebrows, they get closer to each other, and of course then have them tilting, because if someone's angry, they will be tilting this way. If someone's sad, they will be tilting more like that. So yeah, I'm going to work on that. Let's just hide the armature again. And yeah, let's add another shape key. Oh, look, shape key 100. We will call this P, for, I'm not sure why I called it P, but P is for the for the deformations. Brows, I will move them. No, see if here my lines snarl. Look up. I'll just put them above the eye ones, because you know it's the brows are above the eyes. So put it on 1. Oh, right, yeah. Dot L, because I'm only going to work on one side, and then I'm just going to copy it over to the other side, as in duplicate this shape key and then mirror it according to the topology. So now the thing is that if I just move the eyebrows areas up. Ah, come on. So yeah, just use this one as a selector. This maybe easier. Let's take let's take these as well. I mean, if you have very long eyebrows, they might go into there a little bit. So if I just move these up like this with proportional editing, then I will still have, you know, that problem. So I'm going to take a second model here. You know, it's another model. It's overlaying this one. And so this way I can sort of, you know, see a little bit where I am moving the eyebrows, hopefully. Oh yeah, and for this part, you know, you want to turn off mirror, because you only want to move this eyebrow and not that one, because you want to be able to drive them separately. Now let's see. Yeah. I'm not going to do it like this, actually. So I'm turning off proportional editing. I'm just going to select these and move them forward slightly. And I am going, oh, wrong button. Going to select these and move them up a little bit. Here. And then I'm going to take this one and this one here, and just, you know, overlay them with the other mesh. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just trying to make it so that, yeah, so that it overlays a little bit. So I'm going to move this one up as well, just a little bit. And I'm guessing a little bit back, maybe, yeah. And then I'm going to take these. And I'm going to bring these back a little bit. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So this obviously isn't like tilted very high at the moment. So I think I'm going to try lift her eyebrows up a little bit more even. And I'm going to just take these as well now. So you see, it's like I am really assuming, you know, that your brows will follow your bone structure, and therefore they will move up along your forehead, and not just mindlessly go up. So you know, when you raise your brows, your forehead goes up as well. So that's what this is, sort of. And I'm guessing that this one here goes in a little bit, and this one as well. And this one, yep. So yeah, I'm, no. Just adjusting it manually, vertice by vertice, to try and make it match up with the other models. Let's call a forehead. Going to erase this one and see that this one is okay. Oh. So of course this will not be perfect at all, but you know, still think the deformation is probably going to look better than the one I had with the weight painting. Yeah. So I mean, it's not much, but on the other hand, well, I can always adjust it later, but right now I'm just going to use this one. I am, however, I'm not sure if I also want to already tilt it a bit, but I think I do. So you know, I'm just going to do that. Turn my other model up on again. So I'm going to, you know, move these up slightly more, and these, and these. Yeah. So actually, you know, touch the arrow if I'm using the arrow. So these. Move this one out. Yeah, and I set this one. Move that one out as well. And this one, so that you can see it again. So I'm going to move this one up a bit and this one. And then this one out. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, well, I've played with the shape key enough, I think. That one looks nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, let's see. Oh yeah. So I'm going to do it, well, the hard way, I guess. So I'm going to make another shape key. I will move it up already. I mean, I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do this, but I will. I know this way works. So calling it p underscore browse up dot r. Putting it on 1. Let's see. So then I'm just going to, well, I don't think I need this one. Select all of these. I mean, going to make sure that I like I said, I'm going to make sure that I have all of them selected. Going to this one, vertex, blend from shape, browse up dot L. And now we have to, exactly the same. So what I'm going to do now, you can see that, her brow is now up twice as high as well. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to mirror the shape key. And so now it's on the other side. So now I have the left one and the right one. And that's the eye closed. Yeah, I think this looks kind of nice. So you have this one and you have that one. So I'm going to put those back on the 0. And you know what? Let's make another shape key. P underscore browse tilt. Oh, dot L. I'm going to move it up to the others already. Oh. Put it on 1. So I'm going to enable my other mesh overlay. So now what I want to do is take these again. Going to try with proportional editing, and I'm going to you know, rotate. As in, yeah, try and tilt it. So now that I have completely destroyed it, going to manually move my vertices back in a place where we can see them. Uh, um, so I of course sort of know where the where the vertices are, so that's how I am sort of able to try and just guess where the vertices are so that I can select them. I'll just move these up slightly, and this one as well, and then pull it out again. So let's just first get these a little bit better again. Now I'm going to move it back again so that it overlays the other mesh. This one as well. This one. Well, it looks like I've got a lot of... Looks like the proportional editing really moved a lot of vertices around. So I'm going to move this one back as well. Going to move this one up a bit. I'm now trying to make it look as good as I can. Hmm. I'm going to just turn that one off again so that I can a little bit better see what I'm doing here. Yeah. Okay. So I guess want to try and make it a little bit more tilted. Not sure. I mean, it is Soraya, and she's the absolute master in looking scared and timid and shy and stuff, but let's see. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Not sure about it, but feels a little bit like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to try and reverse some of the changes caused by the proportional editing on vertices that I do not think should be moved, should have been moved at all. So vertex, blend from shape, basis, add. Yeah. All right, so we have them back in the original positions. It looks a little bit as if let's overlay this one again. Come on. Yeah. So going to move these back. So because it kind of looked like she was yeah. See, this is better. Okay. I'm going to turn this one off again. See if the shape looks okay. I think it does. So, you know, and then you can even have her like that. And yeah. So I'm going to make the other one, and then I'm going to quickly check the negatives, and then I'll end the stream for the stream for this week, I think. Yeah, so make a shape key, rename it p browse tilts dot r. We'll move it up with the others. So, okay. Going to select a whole bunch of vertices here. Then going to this one, vertex, blend from shape, browse tilt.l. There we go. And then going to, what is it, object mode and mirror shape key. There we go. All right, so this is Ray's default look most of the time, so it's nice. Okay, so what you can do is you can actually make this like -1, and then you can move it in the opposite direction. And you can do the same thing here with this one. You can also make it -1. And then you can also move this one, in the opposite direction. The only thing that you see here is that, well, it sort of works, but you mostly want to see characters who are looking who are looking angry. Mostly their eyebrows are closer together. And you can do the same thing with these. So you can also do -1 here. You can also, of course, make these higher. And -1 for this one. And then see what happens. You can make her really angry. But you can already see that this doesn't look very nice. Put this one back to 0. And then you get that. And then I'll put this one back to 0 as well. And what you can see here is that, well, since I moved these middle vertices up, they are now being moved down, and it doesn't look very nice. So, well, I can see if I can fix that, but that will be for another stream. So I'm going to save my project. Put these back on 0 for now. Okay. And well, thank you all for watching now or maybe in the future. And I'll be streaming again next Monday. So well, I hope to see you there. Bye.